trowel.
Yeah, I would just say don't get this plastic one. We got it from Amazon. In Washington and Oregon, the dirt is super, super tough. And it was really hard, probably the last month of the trail, to dig a hole. So I would definitely get something that's not plastic.
I'm pretty sure the one that was like really good, the best one that we had heard about was called the Deuce of Spades, but it's like $25. But it's worth it because you can just pound it into any kind of ground. Next thing. Oh yeah, sleeping pads. Those are cool. We went through 2 each, right?
Yeah, these are great because you can use them during breaks to sit on and to lay out on. We ate lunch on these. These have like the insulating. I thought that they were pretty comfortable. A lot of people just carry a inflatable sleeping pad.
There's still pine needles in there.
Yeah.
It's like from the trail.
Yeah, I would definitely say like you can tell where it just gets really thin.
Yeah.
I would just plan on getting another one halfway through.
Yeah, I think we ordered another one and sent it to Tuolumne.
Yeah.
So that was, I guess, not halfway, but yeah, mine kind of similar situation. You can see how mine, but like, I mean, you have a lot of back pain issues more than I do, in general. So what did you think overall with just?
I was fine. Another thing that we did was we have the shorter ones, and they don't cover all of our, like, all the way down to our feet. But
oh yeah, they're the small, right?
Right. We would sleep with our backpack underneath our feet, so they would cover. Like, I would have something underneath my body the whole length, even though my sleeping pad was shorter.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Yeah,
I
and you want to
fine.
elevate your feet too. Like that's what we did. We had our packs in our tent with us at our feet, and we just put our feet on top, and that way our feet were always elevated a bit, and like just helps with feet hurting.
Should we go ahead and do our sleeping bags and our sleeping liners?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Jag bag.
Yeah.
Jag bag. Okay, so like this, I did a lot of research. Beautiful tie-dye pattern. This is like hand tie-dyed from New Zealand. It's kind of a weird website, but hopefully Googling jag bag sleeping bag liner won't give you any weird results. I think I just found somebody's review on sleeping bag liners online, and these were lighter. These were the lightest ones. I forgot how many ounces they are, but super light, and they were cheaper too, and they're cool looking. The REI one's just black.
I think the plus side of having a sleeping liner is that it keeps your sleeping bag cleaner. Because you're going to be really, really dirty at the end of the day. Especially
and you're not going to want to change clothes.
Yeah, especially when it gets colder. I always carried a warmer sleeping shirt and pants, and I only wore those in Washington when it was actually really cold. I would say for the most of the time, I was really glad that I had this because it was a lot easier to wash than my sleeping bag. So.
Yeah, we only washed our sleeping bags in Ashland.
Yeah,
right?
We washed them in Ashland.
Which we'll talk about that next. Sleeping bags. So something that we learned not until kickoff was that you don't want to store your sleeping bag in one of those really small compression sacks. That's what they're called, right? Mm-hmm. Because it compresses the down, and it's not good for down. I don't know about synthetic, but no, you have down too. It's treated down. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you want to, when you store your sleeping bag, you want to have it in a big bag like this and just kind of like not have it compress. So we got rid of our little compression sacks, and we would just stuff these down at the bottom of our, we had a trash compactor bag in to keep everything dry, and that's the first thing we'd stuff in the morning is our sleeping bags. So what kind of sleeping bag did you have?
I before we started the trail in like the year before I got this sleeping bag. It's a Sierra Designs, and it is not the lightest sleeping bag, so I don't even think most people would get this sleeping bag, but I'll talk about it anyway. And because
if you haven't found out already, we're not ultralight.
It was 2 pounds, but I really couldn't justify spending another $400 on a sleeping bag that weighed 1 pound less. So, this sleeping bag is a 19-degree bag, and I have the mummy version, so it gets smaller at the feet.
Do you know the name and model?
Sierra Designs.
What's the...
I don't know.
Darn. No, there's gotta be... I know we found out because you had to wash it.
I don't remember. But it's a Sierra Design sleeping bag, and it was really warm. I think it's the Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Yeah.
Okay. Possibly the Eleanor. Do you remember what fill it was? Oh, here we go. Here's the information right here. The Eleanor 19. 700 fill. That's pretty good. This was before... We got this before we knew what fill even meant.
I was never cold. The one time I was cold was on, out of, what was that one town that we went through? Do you remember?
Yeah, where your feet got wet.
It was, yeah, we came out of Wrightwood by Mount Baden Powell, and right out of there, you go up this huge incline, and it's like you gain 1,000 feet per mile, and it's just crazy. Anyway, I was just drenched in sweat, and that night it froze, and while we were up that high, and I didn't change my shirt, and that's why I was cold. But the sleeping bag was awesome, and I was really glad to have it. It was always really comfy.
Camera gear was really important to me. I started out with a 2-pound tripod, which is light for a tripod, but yeah, it's heavy in backpacking. So because of my tripod, I thought, it's worth it to just invest. And I didn't have a good sleeping bag to begin with, so why not just make the investment? I got a Z-Pax, and there's not a model name really. That you just have kind of a spreadsheet that you choose your height. And I don't know if there was a mummy option, but I didn't get it if there was. It's 800 fill, or it might be 850. I think it was 850. It's really good. I was cold a few times, really cold a few times. You have your sleeping bag liner, which can add some more. People say that sleeping close to naked or even naked would be better for, it makes the down work better and you'd be warmer. I couldn't imagine doing on the colder nights. So all I did was sometimes I would sleep in my down jacket and my rain jacket inside of my my sleeping bag, and that would keep me warm on the really, really cold nights. But yeah, I think that's all I have on sleeping bags. And yeah, the sleeping bag liner was really great because it kept it clean. And yeah, the only time that we cleaned them was in Ashland. And it took forever to wash these. And what was do we have the detergent?
Yeah, it's just the one that's recommended on the website.
Yeah. And we contacted weeks beforehand. We knew we were gonna wash these in Ashland because we were gonna take a big break there.
We didn't wash yours on the trail because it said to hand wash it. We only washed
That's
mine.
right.
We washed mine because it stank really, really bad.
Wait, that's right. We never washed mine.
Right. I washed it.
Okay, so yeah, mine never got washed. I forgot about that. And for hers, actually for both of ours, because we washed mine once we got back, we used this. And yeah, we contacted both companies before washing it. You don't want to mess up. Down is funky stuff. We used that.